The story of Cain and Abel is a foundational narrative originating from the Hebrew Bible, specifically the book of Genesis. It tells the tale of the first recorded instance of sibling rivalry, where Cain, the elder brother, murders Abel, his younger sibling, driven by jealousy and anger. This tale has transcended its original context to embody the archetypal conflict between siblings, encapsulating themes of envy, competition, and the potential destructiveness of unresolved emotional tensions. The significance of this story in relation to the larger topic of sibling rivalries lies in how it establishes a universal paradigm for understanding familial conflicts. The account of Cain and Abel underscores the potential for competition and jealousy to escalate into violence when left unchecked. It serves as an allegory for the pathological potential within familial relationships, urging a reflection on the underlying psychological and emotional causes that might lead to such tragic outcomes. Numerous real-world examples echo this ancient story. One instance is the rivalry between historical figures like the Brothers Grimm, whose creative partnership was fraught with tension and competition despite their collaborative success. Similarly, modern businesses have seen siblings feud over control and direction, as demonstrated by the high-profile spat between the heirs of the Walmart fortune, which spilled into public view amid disputes over corporate strategy and legacy. These examples illustrate how the dynamics of sibling rivalry can permeate even the most successful partnerships, leading to significant personal and professional consequences. Opinions vary on the narrative's implications. Some view it as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked emotions and the societal pressures that exacerbate competition. However, others see it as a reflection of deeper moral lessons about responsibility, choice, and the human capacity for both good and evil. Challenges and controversies arise surrounding interpretations of the Cain and Abel story. Some modern commentators question its relevance, arguing that it oversimplifies complex human relationships. Others point to psychological and socio-cultural explanations for sibling behaviors that the ancient narrative doesn't fully capture, suggesting instead a focus on nurturing environments that foster healthy relationships. The Cain and Abel story effectively connects to other aspects of sibling rivalries by providing a lens through which to examine contemporary issues such as inheritance disputes, parental favoritism, and the impact of societal expectations. It influences our understanding by highlighting the importance of communication, empathy, and emotional intelligence in resolving conflicts, reminding us that while the root of rivalry may be ancient, the solutions can be profoundly human and humane. The historical and cultural context of sibling rivalries offers a fascinating lens through which to understand the iconic biblical conflict between Cain and Abel. Sibling rivalry is generally defined as the competition, jealousy, and discord that can arise between brothers and sisters. It is a universal theme that has been explored across cultures and throughout history, influencing literature, art, and social norms. This concept is essential to the main topic of Cain and Abel, as their story is one of the earliest recorded instances of sibling rivalry, encapsulating themes of jealousy, favoritism, and the dire consequences that can ensue when such emotions spiral out of control. The significance of sibling rivalry in the broader narrative of Cain and Abel cannot be overstated. Their story serves as an archetype for the internal struggles that siblings face due to disparities in parental attention or differing societal expectations. Historically, sibling rivalries have been used to explore broader human themes such as mortality, justice, and the human condition. For example, the story of Romulus and Remus, the legendary founders of Rome, mirrors those of Cain and Abel, where competition and jealousy lead to fratricide and consequence. In a more modern context, the rivalry between Venus and Serena Williams in the world of tennis illustrates how sibling dynamics continue to capture the public imagination, serving as both inspiration and a reminder of the underlying tensions that can exist even in close familial relationships. Examining sibling rivalries allows for a greater understanding of human psychology and familial dynamics. Psychologists and sociologists often discuss sibling rivalry as a natural consequence of family structure and resource allocation, influencing not only personal development but also family harmony. Nevertheless, challenges remain in universalizing this concept. While some argue that sibling rivalry can propel individuals toward achievement, others note the potential for long-lasting emotional scars and familial rifts. Differing cultural norms also color the perception of sibling rivalry, with some societies viewing it as a natural developmental phase, while others perceive it as a reflection of poor family governance. In the larger context of Cain and Abel, examining the historical and cultural backdrop of sibling rivalries sheds light on the motivations and actions of both characters, illuminating their story beyond a mere tale of jealousy and murder. This exploration enhances our understanding of the psychological and social undercurrents that characterize sibling relationships, while also inviting reflections on how such timeless themes resonate in our familial and societal structures today. Psychological insights into sibling conflicts delve into the mental and emotional dynamics that often underpin discord between brothers and sisters. At its core, this concept seeks to understand the underlying motives, emotions, and unconscious processes that fuel sibling rivalries. These conflicts are not merely superficial disagreements, they are deeply entwined with each individual's perception of identity, worth, and familial roles. Understanding these elements can shed light on the motivations behind their actions. The significance of psychological insights in the Cain and Abel narrative is multifaceted. The story symbolizes one of the earliest recorded sibling conflicts, highlighting themes of jealousy, favoritism, and competition. By examining these dynamics through a psychological lens, we gain a deeper understanding of how real-world sibling struggles unfold and appreciate the profound impact these early relationships can have on an individual's development and interactions outside the family. Consider, for instance, the example of the classic sibling rivalry between Prince William and Prince Harry. Their publicized differences reflect deeper issues of identity and perceived favoritism, with Harry often depicting himself as living in the shadow of his elder brother. The tension between them mirrors the ancient tale of Cain and Abel, where perceived inequality and unmet emotional needs can lead to a deep rift. Another example can be found in the tech industry with the Winklevoss twins, whose partnership dissolved over conflicts of interest and competitive tension, illustrating how even cooperative sibling relationships are vulnerable to conflict rooted in perceived competition and a desire for individual recognition. Psychologists like Alfred Adler have discussed the importance of birth order and the family dynamic in shaping personality and behaviors, suggesting that sibling conflicts often stem from competition for parental attention and affection. However, not all thinkers agree. Some argue that these conflicts are simply part of normal development and serve as a vital component of social learning. Challenges arise in interpreting these conflicts, such as the risk of over-pathologizing normal sibling interactions or using rivalries as an excuse for harmful behavior. Additionally, cultural differences in family dynamics can complicate how these insights are applied universally. Ultimately, psychological insights into sibling conflicts are intertwined with broader themes of identity and family dynamics. They influence our understanding of individual behavior outside the familial context and enable us to reconsider the historical and cultural narratives we associate with iconic sibling stories, like Cain and Abel, offering a richer comprehension of human relationships. The theological interpretations of Cain and Abel extend far beyond the biblical narrative itself, embedding the story into a complex web of symbolism, morality, and existential inquiry. At its core, the tale of Cain and Abel serves as one of the earliest and most potent illustrations of sibling rivalry in religious texts. This story is not merely about two brothers, it's a profound commentary on human nature, morality, and the struggle between good and evil. Cain's murder of Abel out of jealousy and divine displeasure reveals deep-seated issues of envy, justice, and morality, challenging theological and philosophical minds to dissect the roots of human conflict. The significance of this point in relation to sibling rivalries lies in the intricate interplay of divine favor and human emotion. Theological interpretations often emphasize God's preference for Abel's sacrifice, which triggers Cain's envy and subsequent act of violence. This divine preference is seen as a catalyst, provoking discussions on perceived inequality and favoritism in familial relationships, which are common triggers for sibling conflict. It prompts questions about divine justice, human free will, and the nature of sin. all of which are crucial for understanding the broader dynamics of sibling relationships. In contemporary contexts, the story of Cain and Abel is frequently invoked to explore real-world sibling rivalries. For example, in familial businesses, favoritism towards one offspring over another can lead to lasting conflicts, akin to the biblical narrative. Another example is in the realm of competitive sports, where siblings may compete against one another, raising questions of identity, success, and self-worth. This story serves as a cautionary tale for the potential destructive nature of rivalry and envy. Some theological opinions suggest that the tale underscores the potential for redemption and salvation despite human failings. This interpretation reinforces the idea that understanding and reconciliation can triumph over base instincts. However, challenges arise when discussing God's role in provoking Cain's envy, leading to alternative viewpoints that question the fairness of divine judgment and explore the implications of free will versus predestination. The theological interpretations of Cain and Abel, while focused on divine human dynamics, resonate with psychological and sociological aspects of sibling rivalries. They highlight fundamental human emotions and ethical dilemmas, linking biblical insights with the complex fabric of familial ties. This synergy deepens our understanding of sibling relationships, suggesting that reconciliation and forgiveness can emerge from understanding ancient wisdom and its contemporary relevance.